So I got this thing in the post a few days ago. Actually, I've already opened it because I recorded this video a few days ago and my sound was all out. So I'd like to do it again if that's okay. So the SL60W is a daylight balanced light sitting at 5600 Kelvin with a 60-watt chip onboard LED light. It has a CRI of 95+, TLCI of 90+, and an R9 of 90+. If you don't know what that means, don't worry, I don't know either, I had to Google it. It basically means that this light will cause colors in real life to look accurate. Some of the pros and cons about this light. Firstly, the pros. I love the fact that it comes with a super duper long power cord. And this one's currently plugged in, but I measured it, it's like about 5 meters long, which is great and super practical because you don't always have a plug right where you need to plug your light in. Sometimes you need a cord that'll reach across a room, so this is perfect. Another pro is that it comes with a remote. It's supposed to come with a remote. Don't forget to check before you buy if yours comes with a remote or not. So I can't really say much about that, so let's move on quickly. I absolutely love the panel on the back of this thing. It's so simple and so easy. It's got 3 functions and that's it. It has a button to set the brightness, it tells you what the temperature is, and then you can also set different groups of channels. You can also change, if you hold down on this button, you can change between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Simple as that. You don't need anything more with the light. Next thing is the Bowens mount. The Bowens mount. It has 3 little grooves that slot in to the light. Oh, cool sound. And to take it off, you just push this little lever back like that, and it comes out. The great thing about the Bowens mount is there are a lot of third-party softboxes which fit with the Bowens mount. I don't know which one it is, sorry guys. It just gives you lots of options for softboxes. I bought myself one of the Godox lantern softboxes as well as just a normal softbox with a grid, and they're just great, super easy to get on, take off. I love how this light feels. It's just solid when it's in your hand. It's got this cool handle at the top, just really easy to carry around, that you're not holding it at the bottom here, but you can just hold it like this when you move around. It's really practical and it's just solid. When you hold this thing, it is a solid light. It just feels like you've bought something that's of good quality. The casing is made of metal. The handle unfortunately is plastic, but it's a really hard plastic, so it doesn't feel like it's gonna break. Everything else is metal, except for all the fittings at the bottom here, which are plastic again. Really hard plastic, so you don't feel like this thing's flimsy in any way. I attached it onto my light stand earlier, tightened it on really tight, also tightened this arm as tight as I could go, and it just doesn't feel like it's gonna break. It holds a really big Godox lantern, no problems whatsoever. It's not falling over, it's just staying put, which is what you want. So some of the cons for this light, some of the downsides, there aren't many to be honest. I had to search the internet to find some issues that other people have had with it. One of them is this plastic handle on the side that you twist in order to adjust the level of your light. Some say that it's a bit flimsy when you tighten it really hard when you get right to the end. Because it's plastic, some people say that they feel like it could break or that it bends. I haven't found that the few times that I've really tightened this thing and put it onto my light stand. I think it works perfectly fine and it fits really well and it holds the light up. I've adjusted it into different heights and it doesn't slip forward, it doesn't fall forward or back because of the weight. I found that it's really tight and it works. Another con is that there is no battery. To me, I don't really care about this. For the work that I'm going to be doing in different places around my house, I'll always have access to electricity. But if you are thinking about using these lights out on the road and you want to be mobile with it, that is something you have to think about. Another con is that it doesn't come in a case. It just comes in this beautiful box. If you want to, you could try get it back in there. I've struggled to actually put everything back into the box, so that is a con. You kind of have to put it somewhere safe, and really I've got a few scratches on it because of these reflectors that stick out, get scratched, so that is something you just need to be aware of. And then the last con is the fan noise. Personally, have not experienced this. A few people I've seen online say that the fan noise can be a little bit too noisy. So what I'm going to do is, my microphone's right here. I'm just going to plug this baby in for you and hold it up to my mic. You're going to see what it sounds like up close. So you probably can pick something up because I've put it right next to the microphone. But if I'm sitting over here, if you're hearing me talk, if I'm holding it out in front of you and it's a half a meter away from the mic, you can't really pick up anything. It is so silent. Only if you put your ear right up to it does it make a noise. And for what I'm going to use it for, most of the time, this light is going to be away from the microphone, off to the side, just like that one is over there, and you cannot hear it whatsoever. You just can't. So how does this light work practically? Well, I use it for talking headshots most of the time. This light is sitting at 25%. One thing that you do have to know is that this light goes from between 10% and 100%. You cannot go below 10%. That is something I wish it had the ability to do, and it gives a really good light. It's currently got a Godox lantern, a softbox attached to it, which gives me great diffusion across my face and nice soft lighting. But let's drop it down to the lowest it can go and see how that goes. That's 10%. That is the lowest that the light can go. It goes pretty low. I've got my tube lights lighting me up from the side, but let's just turn those off for a second. It can go pretty low if you need it to, which is great. I'm going to turn this back on. And let's push it right up to about 50%, see how bright it gets. Okay, and as you can see, this is still with the softbox on, 50%, it's bright. This little light packs a punch. Only at 50%, putting out some really serious light. I want to push it to 100 and let's see. Boom, and there we go. 100%, I don't think anybody's going to use this in this type of situation, but this thing is bright. Really, really bright, as you can see. Just turn it down. Oh, much better. So what are my thoughts? I think this light is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to put links in the description because I highly recommend it. I would totally recommend it to anybody who's starting out in YouTube, you're starting out in film and production, and you need a cheaper light that packs a punch, puts out some really good colors, lights really well, it's easy to plug in, the functions are simple, it feels solid, it feels like you're buying a really good professional production light. Highly recommend the Godox SL60W to anyone. I got the 2 light kit. It was 2 lights, 2 light stands, and 2 soft boxes for about $500 for the whole set, which is really good for getting such great lights. So do yourself a favor, go get the Godox SL60W. That is all from me, guys.